Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Frieren, you guys. Last time was so flippin' good. I was so proud of Frieren and Stark. I can't wait to see where things are going with the Aura fight, although I have a... I can pretty much tell you where it's going. But yeah, guys, it was just absolutely fantastic to see these great triumphant moments, and more importantly, kind of the reasoning, the meaning behind them, which is, at the end of the day, I feel like what the show is all about. So I will briefly get into any lingering thoughts I have. I mean, it's been about like 2 minutes for me, so I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of new material for you. I'm not gonna have a lot of new info on my part. But I will just kind of briefly recap. So before I do all that, I do just want to say, if you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so very much. And as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still, thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in that description down below. And if you're joining me on those YouTubes, I really hope you'll hit like and subscribe for me. That does help me and my channel a whole lot. So thank you in advance for that. Yeah, guys, absolutely love the lessons that we drew upon to succeed in those fights last time. We saw Fern really using what Frieren had taught her, which I love how it correlates as well to like her and Himmel and like their post-fight discussion and everything back in the day. Like the way that it all connects is just so beautiful. And I really, really could appreciate the fact that like Fern just absolutely is so aware of herself and like we know how hard she's trained. We know how seriously she takes her training, and had trained specifically with Frieren to like be able to overcome any like gaps in any areas that she might have had. And kind of similar with Stark, like it's funny how like they're different things we're dealing with, but it's kind of the same issue at the end of the day. You know, we had Stark learning from Eisen, yeah. I have like 2 shows I'm watching that have people with names that start with EI, and it's confusing the crap out of me. But yeah, we know that he had told Stark during his training that like, yeah, here's how you overcome a battle no matter what. And that was just kind of like, keep going, keep coming at him, and it worked, you know? I mean, he went in there, he left himself open, he took the damage, but he got it done. He got it done. And I really, really appreciate that. You know, once again, it's not even so much the actual fights, the actual things that we're doing. It is sort of the meaning behind them that really takes precedence on this show. And that's not to say we can't have a great action scene, because that absolutely was. But it's just kind of a different, we're looking at it through a different lens, I feel like, than you would usually look at it on an action show or a shonen or, you know, kind of like a fantasy action kind of show. So, yeah, I really appreciated that, and I cannot wait to see where this whole fight with Aura is going now that we got the mini bosses out of the way. So, yeah, guys, without further ado, what do you say we go ahead and we just jump right into the next episode of Frieren? Let's do this. Huh? Oh? Oh? Oh, it's a demon. Okay. She was the one who named them, you guys were telling me. I don't think she's going to have a hard time. I got to tell you right now. See, the thing is, that's not everything, first of all. She's gonna have to get underhanded, just like Flamme said. Frieren the Slayer has learned some new tricks. Yeah, here you are bleeding. Yeah. Didn't Frieren teach her to, like, direct it? What? Oh, disgrace all mages. Why? Because you're like, you're using a little bit of subterfuge and you're... Alright, there's gotta be more to it though. Oh, wow. And the elves are like, now they're almost extinct. Didn't they say that? That like there's not many elves? Oh, is this how we met? Whoa. Yeah. So this is when she was a little girl. You gotta be a little tricky sometimes. We can sense that you are absolutely powerful as well. I think you could probably sense it. Oh, so she met her master. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. So Flamme is kind of like a... I got you. I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad you found her. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, she could sense him anyway. Oh, Demon King asked for all the elves. Ordered the elves to be killed. Well, we know this is not really going to stick. What? Oh, they think they know what they're doing. Yeah, you've seen these shortcomings before in humans, I'm sure. Oh, did we just completely annihilate them? Oh, see, that is the problem. You're controlling the amount of mana that you release. I don't see how that's cheating. Oh, well, you're deceiving. Is it deceiving or is it strategy? Oh, so you do love magic. You admit it. Right, because at the end of the day, you're committed to the cause, you know? Yeah, you gotta be able to control it very, very well. Okay. Whoa. Oh, that's why. That's why he said she's always taking us on directly, because he wouldn't know it wasn't direct if you'd been doing it the whole time. The thing is, if you've been controlling your mana your whole life, yeah, she's about to... Oh, she's still doing that. This was over before it began. She's no joke. 500 years. Okay, so demons don't live as long as elves. Got it. They can't conceal their mana. Because if anyone got a hold of that info, that would be really bad. Like, I get Flamme's saying, like, we're just going to do this because we love magic. Right. There's certain determining factors. Yeah, so you kind of like let everyone know. Gotcha. So mana would be the equivalent of dressing up nicely if you were a person of importance or wealth. Because that's their thing. It's like, what's the point? Mm-hmm. Oh, they're just letting you know. Oh, we've aged. Yeah, because Frieren looks more like an adult now. Only 50 years ago. I think you taught her more than that. But I think that her crew later is going to teach her even more. Oh, are her earrings from the... I'm just noticing that. I'm just noticing that Frieren's earrings are the same as the necklace that Flamme is wearing. I never noticed stuff like that, so... Aww. Is that how we had the flower spell? Are you kidding me? Everything that she's done collecting spells has had some kind of meaning, hasn't it? Fly under the radar. Right. That's going to be the biggie, but otherwise, and that's how Frieren likes to live too. Oh. And civilization rises and yeah, okay. She's been around a long time, which we knew. Oh, they came and sought her out. Is that a fact? The corrupt priest. Because she was trying to stay under the radar. Oh, Himmel can see past it. Can see past it. That same kind of feeling. Doesn't... I just can't wait for her mana to become like this big. Frieren, baby, do your thing. Let your mana manifest. Just send this person up for the worst end. Oh, what? And guess what? She got a big old soul. Yeah, your confidence is your undoing once again. A lot. Like a whole lot. Yep. Big time. All of these demons underestimated. Interesting. Yeah, sounds like it was a good idea to like keep that info from you. Yeah. It's just not like that is her state until she can let loose. Well, it was enough to throw you off. Yeah. if it helps defeat demons, then oh. You were outmatched from the very start. You had no chance. You had a negative amount of a snowball's chance. Oh my dear sweet baby Jesus. Deceive them as well. Use your mana. Use whatever you need to get the upper hands. Oh, really secular yourself? Oh, Oh, she meant it. She meant it. That was not a turn of phrase. Oh my, oh! No! Not the pretty song after she made the demon cutting. Guys, that was freaking fantastic. That, I can't tell you like how many levels that worked on, because we actually had an origin story for Frieren. We got to know Flamme a little bit better, and how Frieren, like this whole story has been about masters. It's been about like Frieren being Fern's master. It's been about Eisen being Stark's master. And now we get Flamme being Frieren's master, and what was imparted to them. And I can't say it enough. At the end of the day, none of this is about actual physical talent, skill, power, strength, anything. It literally is all about the people around you and what they have imparted to you on their journey. You know what I mean? Like, humans don't live all that long, but what have humans done, have passed on to Frieren during her massive lifetime? And that is like what the show is about, and others as well, like what has been passed on to them from their interactions with the people around them, people that they care about. So I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that concept. It is such a novel idea to have a show where, you know, the fantasy, the world building, the action, all of that is kind of secondary to a more emotional and philosophical focus. I just think that is just so novel. I love it. I love it. I love the way that things come full circle, like Himmel just being able to see in her what she saw as well, like that. Just, so good. It's so good. It's so well done. You know, you already know. So Frieren was powerful, but was not able to protect her village, was very small. We don't know the exact age, but looked like a young person at that time. Of course, we don't really know what that means in elf years, but, you know, was younger, was physically, visibly younger. Flamme comes in. I like how Flamme was kind of, her whole strategy was like, sort of, do what you need to do, but at the same time, there was this understanding too that like, because of who they weren't going to do anything harmful with it. You know what I mean? Like, because of their love of magic and everything, you know, they could do something underhanded, but still kind of maintain their dignity, character, I don't know what you want to call it, like hearts, whatever. But man, Flamme taught her a lot about... Now, here's the interesting thing, though, because you could also argue, not that Frieren seemed super emotional beforehand. I think a lot of it's just her personality, her nature, but a lot of that, like, suppression of the mana, you know, you could also kind of say, is that how she sort of became accustomed to not really showing her true feelings very much either. And we can see that there's almost a little bit of regret, and when Flamme is like, I couldn't really teach you very much. Like, I taught you this, but I couldn't really teach you very much else. And the fact that Flamme was the one who left the spell behind for Paradise, for, you know, talking to the dead and everything. Almost like she kind of knew, I couldn't teach you everything you needed to know, so one day you're gonna kind of need to, there's gonna be things that are gonna be left unsaid, you know? I don't know if maybe I'm reaching with that, with this idea that, like, you know, there's a little bit of, there was a little bit of loss of some of her ability to express herself in the process of suppressing her mana, which is basically like her soul, you know, like, but man, that is a powerful, and it seems very unusual way of doing things. And it's probably best that a lot of people don't know that too. It's good that demons can't do it, but it's probably best that, like, not even all mages are super aware of that, Because like that would definitely make things a little bit harder. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking of like, but then again, it's kind of like fighting like battle 101 to like, you don't let on everything you're working with. Unless you're like in a Jujutsu Kaisen situation where like it literally will benefit you somehow to express the details of your power. Because otherwise, like I feel like that's just kind of like basic battle strategy. Like you don't go in and say like, this one I'm working with. But to be fair, you know, like your person is just kind of out there. You know what I mean? Like it's not even so much your technique, your strategy, your action plan, you know? It's who you are. And she has been able to mask who she is. Really. Am I the only one who kind of sees that? Am I the only one who kind of sees that, or am I reaching? That, like, she kind of has been hiding herself, too. And now, like, Aura even said in the last 80 years, it hasn't changed. That's interesting. And I'm like, oh, because she has been focusing on other things. She's kind of learned other priorities for her life. I think I'm onto something here. You guys can tell me if I'm full of it. Like, I know I'm full of it anyway, but, like, you can tell me if on this particular instance I'm full of it. But I think I'm going to get a little philosophical up in here and kind of knead the dough of the philosophical. That doesn't look right when I do that. I'm kneading the dough is what I'm doing. Of the philosophical concepts here. I need to go eat. I'm getting a little silly and lightheaded over here. But man, guys, and it's just so satisfying too to see Frieren really let loose with her power. Because again, this is not a show where we really are specifically concerned a lot with power. It's more or less, we are, but it's secondary to like the actual lessons that we're learning about life. But man, it's nice to see her cut loose too. Oh, she made her chop her head off. That was pretty brutal. It was pretty, how satisfying was that though? How satisfying was that? Were you satisfied? Because I was satisfied. It was really, really good. And yeah, does she have a personal stake against demons? Yeah, but like, how could you not? And also, like, it doesn't seem like it's unfounded. Like, we're definitely not going down that route of like, oh, well, but we could try to make friends with them if we know. They are like the epitome of evil and deception and lying and everything. We're not really looking, we're not what we're doing, you know? We're not doing like, these are people who have just been through things and like how it's affected them and blah, blah, blah. No, I feel like they're concepts at this point. Like they are beings, but they represent just bad. You know what I mean? Negativity. So yeah. All right, guys, I need to wrap it up. I think that was freaking fantastic. I love this show. I'm so invested now. Like we've officially kind of crossed that point where like I loved it to start with. I was really impressed, but like I'm now hooked. I'm now invested, like super invested. That being said, I'm not that far behind. Like this was released on November 10th. So I'm not that far behind. It's January. It's next last day of January as I film this. So like, I'm going to catch up probably somewhat quickly, doing 2 episodes a week. So yeah. So anyway, I loved this. This was so great on so many levels. I'm sure there's like little like context and like symbolism and stuff I didn't even pick up on. I can't wait to read the comments for this one. They're going to be really good. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. And please, as we get so deep into the just goodness that is a show, emotion, philosophy, action, whatever, please be sure to join me next time and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.